Sinbad.
What's up?
Hi, friend.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I want to thank you for allowing me to interview you today.
Hey, my pleasure. I had so many things to do, and I said, you know what? No, I'm just going to shut all this down. I was going places. I had my agent. I had this audition. I said, you know, hey, y'all, no.
Yeah, I'm
going
stopping
home.
for Luenell.
I'm stopping for Luenell. I'm going home.
You know, I feel like this interview is as much for me as it is for the viewers. You know what I mean? Because you can have a relationship with people for years and really not know the shit that you really want to know, you know?
Because you don't want to know.
So we're going to go from the beginning and then meander through the ups and downs and end up to like now with the quarantine and everything like that, okay?
All right. As much as I can remember, I'll lie on the stuff I don't remember. I'll just lie and fill some stuff in.
Well, you can't lie about what I already know. So you were born in Ben Harbor, right?
That's what they think. Yeah. I was born in Benton Harbor, Michigan.
What was your neighborhood like? What's the climate? What was the climate when you were growing up there in Ben Harbor?
Benton Harbor, Michigan is a typical town in the Midwest. When I grew up in the 50s and 60s, factory town, Whirlpool Corporation's there, all those specialties. It's a car factory, Malibu, everybody working in the factories, your parents working in the factories. Then also in the summertime, it's a fruit area. So people picking fruit. I picked apples, cherries, blackberries to tell cat up. And that was my first, connection to meeting immigrants and people who were living in this country and making a living and moving through. And I had a Spanish friend, and I didn't know why he couldn't hang out with us. I didn't know why he couldn't go to school with me. I look back now in life, he couldn't tell me the whole thing that he goes, I won't be here. And in the fall, he was gone. And I was so blessed that his mother let him hang out with me. I look back now, that's some big trust to let him go hang out with me and ride our bikes.
Well, it was a big thing for you to hang out, period, because you're a PK, right?
Oh yeah, but I was crazy. My dad wasn't, remember there's Pentecostal PKs, Pentecostal preachers, which is a whole different thing where people say, I never bought a record. I never listened to music, because there was a Pentecostal church right behind my house where I was growing up. And I would ask my dad, do they ever go home? It was always the organ playing. It was always music playing. And I'm just going to say this for all my Pentecostal brothers and sisters. And some of my craziest friends in school was the Pentecostal kids. And they were the ones that would go to school and be out their damn mind. And I get that now also.
But but your dad is Baptist.
Baptist preacher. But my dad was a man that judged no one. Now, after what his life was like, he was given away as a child. His mother got remarried, and this new man didn't want any of the kids, and they gave him all away like puppies. And his older sister found him later on in life. She was in Chicago, and she found him in Benton Harbor, Michigan. It's only about 90 miles away. So my dad had nothing but, he had a hard life, and he didn't tell me everything, but I knew he had a hard life. But he had a big heart. I've seen everything in my house.
Well, he had a big something else too, because y'all got five of y'all, ain't it?
There were six of us, 4 boys and 2 girls. Yeah, 6 of us.
What are you in the pecking order?
I'm second. My older brother's Michael. He was a classical pianist. He's the one that was smart, straight A student, all that. And then I came, because God likes to balance a life out. I'll give you one good one, and I'm going to give you a jacked up one so you can understand other people. And then I got my brother Donnie, who's in between all that. Then my brother Mark, who became a manager, and then it was Dorothea and Donna.
So, okay, then did all y'all go, if y'all was that close, did all y'all attend the same school at the same time at any point?
My brother and I did. My brother and I were only 18 months apart in age. So my mom, boom, just popped this out. So my brother was in high school at the same time as me. And my little brother, my younger brother, Donnie, was in high school at the same time as me, because he was 2 years younger than me. I was a senior. He was a sophomore. So yeah. So we were all at that time, 3 of us were almost all in school at the same time. My younger brother, Mark, who became a manager, is 5 years younger than me. And my youngest sister is 11 years younger than me.
But now then you went to high school, all y'all fooling around, and you went to Denver, right?
Yeah, that story. Girl, you're talking about I think being a Scorpio, being ADHD, being wherever my journey was going to be, I turned down something like maybe 70 scholarships and went to school that didn't even look for me. It was basketball. I played basketball, but check this out. I had scholarships for basketball. I had scholarships for academics. I was an engineer. I was crazy, but I was, you got crazy and you smart, which is sometimes not too good a combination. Because I want to be a scientist, but I want to blow stuff up. I was a young terrorist at the time. So I would do stuff like, girl, I was ahead of my time. I wasn't recruited. I was making fireworks for my own self. I was trying to make stuff that blew up. I was trying to hey, I used to watch movies like It Takes a Thief and The Crown Heights Affair. So I found out some hydrochloric acid we could cut through glass. Sulfuric acid we could burn through locks. Oh man, you couldn't tell me nothing.
You were what a mother calls a handful.
But no, I was a bushel full. I was more than a hand. I was called get out my face, get out the house full. Back in the 60s and 70s, like if you don't get out my house, if you don't get out my face, get out my house. That's what I was.
So you went to college, but during that time, you made a decision to go to the military.
Now this would win. First I got to college, I turned on these scholarships. My mama found these scholarship offers in the trash. I had a dual engineering scholarship to it, Morehouse and Atlanta University, and my mother found it in the trash. I said, this ain't basketball. I ain't going there. And my mother started crying. And my dad said, boy, I said, Dad, I know what I want. Gregg Popovich, coach of the Spurs, recruited me to the Air Force Academy. And said, man, you ought to come to the Air Force Academy. And I was like, I walked around the academy and I hardly see no brothers, and I saw brothers with short hair. And when you first come to the Air Force Academy, your first year, you're a plebeian. They treat you terrible. And I was watching them in the chow hall, how they were talking to him. I said, oh, they gonna do this to me? And I gotta cut my afro? They said, trust me, man. I said, no, I ain't coming. But on the wall, there was a picture of a team called the University of Denver. And I said, I got an uncle in Denver. I like Colorado. I said, I'm gonna go to the University of Denver. My mother was out of town doing something. My dad bought me a $75 van. $75 van with the stick shift that had a nail through it. And he showed me how to drive a car in 3 days with the gear shift. And I took off. My mother my mother never forgave my father. Even till his dying day, she said, you let that boy go to college. I just took off with no scholarship. I had enough money to get there. I had saved some money to get there, pay for like a half semester. I worked in the factory that summer, and I got there and earned myself a basketball scholarship.
But then now, so you're in the military. Listen, how did you deal with like boot camp and all that kind of stuff, Sinbad?
See, Air Force, remember now, the reason I joined the Air Force, let me get you to the story. Senior year in college, I'm going through changes. Life is messed up for me. My life is fucked up for me right that time. And I was lost. I was lost. My senior year, I'm lost. And I joined, my dad used to be, my dad helped run a company called Opportunities, OIC, Opportunities Industrialization Corporation, where they train people, to sew and any kind of jobs and carpentry. While I was in college, I went to the local division in Colorado, in Denver. I said, I'm done. I'm done with school. I'm done. I walked away. I threw my books in the air. My senior year, like it was my senior year. I don't know how many credits I got. To this day, I don't know how many credits I have. I just walked away. And I joined OIC, and this young light-skinned brother who was like, think about it. We think they're older, but he was only like maybe 24. Remember, you like 20, he's 24, 25, but you look up to them like they have all this knowledge. He said, come here, young man. You're wasting somebody's spot here. And what are you talking about? He goes, this ain't for you. He said, you're destined for something great. I said, how am I destined for something great? He goes, you're going to be mad at me right now, but you got to lead this program and go be who you are. And I went to the bus stop and I was crying. But at the other side of me, I said, what did he see that I didn't see? I said, what does he see? So I always said, man, I'm a Christian. When I say Christian, whatever that means to other people, God always guided my life. As crazy as it was, he always was the compass I had. So I said, what did he see, God? What did I lose vision of? I let school beat me down. I let the racism of the school beat me down. A lot of my friends that played college ball with me, their lives were horrible. Some are gone now. Some lives are jacked up. Being at the University of Denver was probably the worst best thing to me. It was the worst what happened in my career. It was the best where I said I will never be beat. I will never let another man tell me what I can be or what I can't be. And that's why I thank the University of Denver for that.
But at some point, like when you're in the Air Force, so didn't you get like a bug up your ass and want to be a chopper pilot or something like that?
Man, yeah. Okay, when I joined, first I'm home. I leave college, I come home, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm in the basement of my house, and I'm waiting for my dad to come down. I'm waiting for this confrontation. He didn't come down for 2 weeks. Man, I ain't taking no shower. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be a black military. I know I'm gonna be a spy. I'm like going through my ADHD. I'm gonna be whatever I want to be. My dad came downstairs.
They didn't have no meds for you back then.
They didn't have no meds. They didn't know meds. We didn't know what ADHD was. I just called it. We called it. Now they go like this. I'm thinking of the box. I'm a dreamer. What they call them now? What's it called, Royce? They destruct. What is that thing? The word they're using right now?
Crazy.
No. Crazy is what we called it. They got a cool word for it. We're the one that explode things. We're the ones that, God, what is it? Oh, it'll come to me. I'm gonna let it go. It'll come to me. So I'm down there. My dad came downstairs and I'm waiting for it. He said, look here, let's blame everybody for everything that happened in your life. Let's go ahead and blame everybody. He said, from this point on, whatever you become is your fault. And dude, I wasn't ready for no responsibility speech. That means I got to take what? He said, if you want to be great at anything, I had a book of quotes. He said, if you want to be great at anything, you got to forget what you are today and think about what you want to become. And so he went upstairs. I said, well, what am I going to do with that? How am I going to feel sorry for myself with that? So I come upstairs, took a shower. See how back in the day you would eat cereal? You would read the back of the box. See, reading the back of the box was big. I don't think kids understand that because now they got their iPhone when they're eating. I would read that back of the box over and over and over. It was something about the Coast Guard and helicopters. I said, I'm joining the Coast Guard. And I'm going to fly helicopters. And then when I got the Coast Guard, I'm going to have my own helicopter company, no questions asked, midnight aviation. I don't care if it's a drug dealer. I don't care what it is. I'll fly you wherever you got to go because I got to have that. Remember, I always got to have the edge to it. It can't be regular. It can't be an airline pilot. I got to be a pirate. I got to be Sinbad the pirate. So I go down to join the Coast Guard. And the guy at the Air Force stopped me and said, why you want to join the Coast Guard? If you want to fly, you need to be in the Air Force. I said, that's right. He said, man, you can be an officer. He didn't tell me you need to finish school first. Man, you could be an officer and be a pilot. I said, what? What? Let me sign up.
But you but you're in there and you wanted to be the pilot and do all this, but then you got a bug in your ass and wanted to get out. Like you didn't want to cut your afro. You wanted to grow a beard. You wanted to do all this stuff. See, because we done a little research on your little ass and back.
Oh, yeah.
And then you wanted to go AWOL all the goddamn time. And you wasn't coming back when you were supposed to. So did you get discharged?
I got discharged. You know what? He was ended up becoming a general. General Shields, man. General Brooks saved my life. He used to play basketball with us. He was a full-board colonel at that time. He said, man, you ain't crazy. I was trying to get a Section 8. I was watching, I want to be Klinger from MASH. I'm going to be crazy. I forgot MASH is just a TV show. It ain't real. So remember, I'm a boom operator. I'm flying, I'm refueling airplanes in the air. I had a great job and I was good at what I do. I just didn't want to do it all the time. So I was like, I can't believe that was probably the only job I ever had. I actually made it to work all the time. Because the Air Force, I had to learn, you don't say I'm sleeping in. You don't get any options like that. You don't get options. So I'm in the Air Force. I'm trying to find my way. I figured this is what I did, Lou. I joined the Air Force thinking, I joined the Air Force, I make the all Air Force basketball team, and the Harlem Globetrotters will get me out the Air Force. That was my plan. Well, I go to basketball camp at Maxwell Air Force Base. God did something. Luenell, I could jump. I had hops.
Well, now how tall are you?
About 6'5".
Okay.
I could jump out the gym. I could jump out the gym.
Were you like Air Jordan?
You know what? No, them different kind of hops. them different kind of hops. But I had I played against Magic them in high school and stuff. I played against Larry Bird in college. You know, my thing was I had gained that way. But you know what? I look back at basketball. It took me as far as it could take me. I had bad knees, bad back, all that. But I just wasn't going to hit it. I'm going to play pro basketball.
Somewhere along the line, when you was in Wichita, right? At Fort Base in Wichita,
Air Force
Kansas,
Base.
You were there, and you used to go off base though, and some kind of bug got up your ass again, and you would go down, and you decided you were going to do stand up.
No, stand up happened from the Air Force.
Yeah, what they call? What is that? You told me.
Tops and Blue.
Yeah,
Tops and Blue. Okay. Tops and Blue.
Tell me about
Man, I went and saw this show because they travel the world. They've done Super Bowls and stuff. And I saw it. I said, I had epiphany. I mean, that was my epiphany. And I said, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. All my friends say, man, you funny, but you ain't that funny. I say, take my picture now. Because I'm only coming this way one time. You know, everybody was laughing at me, but I started doing plays at the rec center. I would just hang around the rec center, and I want to thank everybody at that rec center that let me do plays. It was just a great time in my life, and there was dancing, and I was doing all that kind of stuff. It was crazy.
And that you were using your regular name. You were using your regular name
Sinbad,
still. Well, when did
I was still Sinbad.
Tell us how you came to decide on this one name, Sinbad. This is me. Because we think of Sinbad, we think of it as genie and shit. So how did you decide that this was going to be your moniker?
Okay, I had a lot of nicknames in college, and in high school, I was Red Chamberlain because I loved Wilt Chamberlain. So I was Red Chamberlain, and my boy was Reggie the Pearl Monroe, and I was Red Chamberlain. And I wrote that on the wall in my bedroom and got one of the worst whoopings ever because I said, Reggie, you write Reggie the Pearl Monroe, I'm gonna put Red Chamberlain. And my mother came, oh, you Red Chamberlain, huh? I said, I ain't write that. Nobody can write as bad as me. I got the worst handwriting in the world. So I got the worst whooping for doing that stupidness. But then went to college. I had above my bed in the dorm was a giant Spider-Man poster. I was Spider-Man. My nickname was Spider-Man. But you know how many people were nicknamed Spider-Man? There's a lot of guys. So one of my best friends in college gave me a nickname that stuck for I called Dr. Doo-Doo. So I was Dr. Doo-Doo.
Why?
Because when I would go to the bathroom, I was staying there for a half hour. I read magazines and read books. So he said I had a PhD.
Do you still do that? Do you still go to the bathroom?
Yeah. My wife knows. She said good night. When I go to the bathroom, she says good night. Man, I've been there. That's why I do all my studying. I learn everything. If I need to learn a language, if I need to learn some technology, my bathroom is my classroom because it's the only place where you get peace of mind.
Right.
Peace of mind.
Not gonna bother you in there.
No. And then when I was I love Sinbad movies. Remember the old Sinbad movies?
Sure.
Then I found he was real. I had a Persian friend, and he said, "Man, Sinbad was real. He was an adventurer." And I started reading in National Geographic magazine. It was spelled Sindbad. He said, "If you spell it the way, nobody in America will ever spell it right. You'll always have to correct them." So I took the fake spelling Sinbad. But the day I left Opportunities Industrialization Corporation, when I was sitting at that bus stop, I said, "My name is Sinbad." I said, "My former self never existed because you know why? This guy, Sinbad, he rode with kings and queens. He could ride with thieves. He could ride with rogues. He was respected by all. He respected you until you needed disrespect." I said, whenever someone says my name, Sinbad, I know who I am. It's my rebirth. So that's who I was. So I took that name on at 19 years old.
Now let me ask you this, because it's always hard to get people to conform to your name, whether you change your name to a Muslim name, whether you change your name to anything. So you got your partners and they like, man, that's old Atkins down there. He called himself. Yep. How long did it take before people really, respected that name and started calling you that name? Was it a process?
Well, you know what? Because in college, people were so used to calling me that. That was my new group of friends, right?
Yeah.
So when I came home, people call me by my old name. I say, hey, man, no one made a change for me. I sat my mother and father down. I said, I know this is going to be hard for you, But if y'all call me Sinbad, nobody else has a reason to say they can't call me that. Because if your mother and father can call you Sinbad and they gave me my other name, how can somebody else say, I can't call you that? I've been knowing you all my life. I said, well, my mom called me that. My dad called me that. So my mom and dad would sit down and that's what they called me.
That's pretty progressive for a Baptist preacher to be able
Not my kind of dad, not my kind of mom. That my dad, mom, I tell you, he wasn't cut from that cloth. He wasn't from that burning hell cloth. He's from the, hey man, my dad was the kind of guy sitting next to you. He'd go in the bar and everybody would put their drinks away. He goes, He put the drinks right back up. No. He said, I ain't saying about you drinking.
Okay.
See, my dad would affect you through his life. So my dad would sit down and talk about life. Reverend, I'm going to go to church. My dad said, you ain't coming. And so that's my dad's slick way of getting you to come when you're ready.
Yeah.
And when you're ready, my dad never, man, the men that protected my dad, the men in my church that was my dad's strength was dudes I'm glad found God. Because if they hadn't found God, I didn't want them to find me in a parking lot. So sometimes you need a Christian with an edge. You know, every church needs a Christian who ain't but this far away from going back to what he was.
That's me.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're the
me.
kind of Christian, and you tell somebody, you about to make me be somebody I ain't been in a long time. And you don't want to see that person. You don't want to be, yes.
Okay, so now you've rebirthed yourself as Sinbad. Now you've found what. Now I know what it was about comedy that made me know that this is home. This is where I need to be. This is what I can do. It doesn't take. It's a gift for you to do it. People like, I'll be a comedian. I'll be a comedian. A lot of people think they can be a comedian just because, they can make somebody in the backyard funny, but laugh. But to be a really great comedian is a gift.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
It is.
And
I think, I do believe it's a gift.
Like you can teach somebody to sing, but you can't teach somebody to sing.
Yeah.
You can teach somebody to act, but you can't teach them how to be a great actor. And anybody could tell a few jokes, but it takes something special to be a great comedian. Now, you didn't, okay, I remember Star Search, Sinbad. I remember you on it, as a matter of fact, because with your Sinbad moniker, for a while you was into your genie thing.
Oh, yes. I had the colors. I had the headbands. I wore the boots, just like my hair is now. I said, when I showed up on my dad, when I came off the road, I'm going to hit the story. When I came off the road and I had got this Jerry curl and I dyed it blonde, I had a ducktail cut shag in the back. Man, I was wearing these bright colors. My dad was working on the car. I pulled up in the house. He hit his head on the hood of the car. He said, just because you want to be a comedian. I said, Dad, this ain't new. I just didn't have the money to do this before. I've been always wanting to be this dude. I said, I want everybody that knew me go like, what? I want everybody that ever knew me go like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did, because that was pretty flamboyant. That was pretty flamboyant. It was. And then you looked like that, I believe, when you did Star Search now.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so everybody has American Idol now, and they have this and stuff. But when we was coming up, it was Star Search. And it was a really huge thing, because I think Star Search was before any comic views or anything like that.
That stuff didn't exist. Man,
Right.
Star Search was in 84.
There was no place for blacks
Nope.
on TV doing stand-up like BET and Def Jam. But Star Search, if you could get on there, you get national TV exposure and everything.
That was our way.
So tell me about your Star Search experience. How'd you get the audition, first of all?
Okay. This how Star Search used to audition. I didn't get in the first year. This Star Search would roll up. That first year that Brad Garrett won, they roll up, but they got a camera crew. Cool. For somebody singing, you just need a camera. You sing your song. For somebody that's doing a monologue, you do a monologue. Comedy, they were something like this.
Oh, yeah.
And go.
Mm-hmm.
And go. I'm like, I'm standing there and go. So I started dogging everybody sitting at that table. I said, I know. And I had a mic. I took it off. I know y'all ain't gonna pick me. I don't care if y'all don't pick me. I won't be on this damn show. And I threw the cord, but the cord got wrapped up around me. So I couldn't get the cord off me. And the guy goes, he's really funny physically. But they didn't realize I couldn't get the microphone out. That was my first microphone toss, but it didn't work out. But they didn't take me because they say he's crazy.
Yeah, because didn't you, you actually, did you go on on Star Search like 9 times?
Yeah, I won. I think it was 11 times, something like that.
God damn, really?
Yeah,
Like, how did they
yeah,
let you on so many
yeah.
times?
I don't. You know what? So I lost that year, so I didn't make it. So
Right.
the next year they come through Colorado. Now I had just opened for Smokey Robinson for $50 down the street at the, I think it was a turn of the century. Oh God, what was it? It's closed now. It was very extreme. I showed up for Smokey Robinson, but when they said they came down to the comedy club and George McKelvey's comedy club, they said, we need a comic. And I said, man, Smokey Robinson. So I showed up, they told the place, we got a guy named Sinbad. I show up at the door with my blonde hair and my crazy clothes, and the manager shut the door on me. I had to knock on the back door again. I said, hey man, I'm the comedian. Man, Earl Bryant, my guy, we good now. He's like this, man, boy, God, I can't put you out there like that. Man, I swear to God, I'll turn that mic off. I swear to God, I'll turn the mic off. You say something stupid, I'll turn the mic off. I said, all right, man. And I had my little clothes with me. Those weren't even my clothes. I went to the Cherry Creek Mall and got me some feathered earrings. I had these feathered earrings that hung off. I had the feathered earrings. I had an outfit I bought. And I said, man, do I have a place to change? A place to change? Man, they put me in the room with the alcohol. I had to change. And the alcohol.
Yeah.
And the waitress is coming in. You okay? I said, hey, my name's Sinbad. Remember my name. You gonna remember this how they did me. So they bring me out to open for Smokey and do 15 minutes. I'm on stage, but I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I see Smokey Robinson on the side of the stage. He must have come down to see me. I said, I just lost my job. So I walk off stage and Smokey hugs me. Boy, you crazy. I ran out of there. And the band told me to meet them at this hotel. So people think I'm this big time comic. These women will come up to me. So how long you been traveling with Smokey? And I'm like, well, you know me and Smokey.
Well, first of all, you had 50 large in your pocket, right? So couldn't nobody tell you shit. That they don't realize that $50 was really big shit back then, like $50 fucking dollars.
Couldn't nobody that's like $500 now.
And you was with Smokey Robinson. So you know, you was on top of the world, on top of the world.
So I'm at the bar with the band, and I learned something. Lou, I'm sitting there, and this woman was talking to me. I thought they sent her to me as a joke because this was out of my league. You know, this was way out of my league, and she was talking to me. And so I said, yeah, all right. She says, oh, you think you're better than me? I said, hold up, you really trying to talk to me? I ran to the phone, called my little brother. Man, I can't wait to be a celebrity. I said, I can't wait to be a celebrity. I said, you can come on the road with me. You can become a manager. And so I ain't had no money, so I played it off. I said, look, I've been on the road. I'm tired. I said, I'm glad I met you. It was nice to meet you. But, you know, I got to get, you know, I do meditation, so I need to get my mind right. Dude, I had to go to the bus stop to catch a bus back to the comedy condo where I was staying at. But the next day were auditions for Star Search. So, man, I'm not going to say his name because he's out there now, but he told everybody the audition was canceled so he could be the only one there.
Oh, you mean another comic did that?
That's comics.
Oh.
That's what comics do. We ain't mad. No, comics ain't mad at comics. We know what comics do. We don't cry. We just go, yeah, that's him. That's what comics are different than singers. We'll just bust your chops in front of your face and still work with you. That's what makes comics, I mean, at least back then, Lou, that's how we worked back then. So we go, yeah, man, he lied. So I had to call everybody. Man, I'm calling payphone booths. I'm calling people's houses like, yeah, man, the audition is still on. Go, what? I said, yeah, he lied. So we get there and everybody's fighting on who's going to go last or go first. I said, I go last. They ain't going to want me. I got that blonde hair. I got feathered earrings. Lou, I walked on stage. They turned the cameras off and started taking the cameras apart. I said, bye. And it shows you when something's for you, you can't be denied. I tried to fill out the form. I filled out my name, Sinbad, then the pencil broke. So I said, forget this. I just threw just my name into the little pile for the Star Search thing. Can you believe this? One of the guys stayed. He was like a rocker. He had the headband, bandana. This white rocker dude, Star Search, stayed and watched the whole show. I didn't know this. So now we should have this joke we play. Hey man, Star Search called you. Hey man, Star Search called you. So I got a phone call. Hey, Star Search called you. Yeah. No, man, they called me trying to find you because you didn't have no phone number.
Mm.
So he gave me the number. So I called Star Search up and they're like, hey man, this was the last day we're going to look for you. We couldn't find your phone number. I rolled up to Star Search. I got there in LA and the rocker white dude, I said, man, you from Star? He goes, yeah, man. I kept telling him that there's this other guy. We don't have any tape on him, but there's this other guy y'all got to see. So I get there to Star Search. You know what they do? They put you in this room and say, go, do your routine. We're in a circle. And I'm like this. I don't have no routines. I just talk.
Mm-hmm.
They go, and they told him, man, you said he was funny. No, he is funny. I said, man, I don't pick a subject. They gave me a subject, so I did it. They said, well, how's this going to work? Ken, the stage manager, told me, if I put a clock in the front with a timer that counts down for 2 minutes, would that work? I said, yeah, that's all I need. And I won 11 times, man, and lost in the finals.
How in the world did they keep having you back and back and back and back like that?
The audience picked.
Ah, okay. So then now, Star Search, and you've been on TV. What do your parents think? What do your family think?
My dad, I told my dad after much I messed up, when I got kicked out the military and I was trying to do comedy at restaurants and everywhere, I told my dad, I'm not coming home till I can buy your house. In Michigan, I'm not coming back till I can buy your house. He said, what? I said, Dad. I said, I'm funny. Yeah, all right, bro. I mean, like I said, Bill Cosby had a dad. He goes like this. Yeah, but you ain't him. I said, what? So, because nobody can believe, that they got a Richard Pryor at the house. Nobody can believe that they got a Flip Wilson at the house, So I do Star Search and my dad watches it. And my mother said my dad watched it when he recorded it, over and over. He said, boy, that's the thing I should show you. Boy, look, man, look. Yeah. I said, Dad, I'm one of the best. He said, what? I said, Dad, I'm one of the best. He said, really? I said, yeah. So right after Star Search, I did Star Search. And then I did this, the NECA, the college tour trials. Well, check this out, Lou. It's no computers back then. I heard about for the I think the Midwest, the Greater Midwest region, they were having the big tryouts. You're supposed to be picked. You ain't supposed to show up. I showed up and I prayed. I stole some dude's badge. I said, God, please let him still get in. I took the dude's badge and I'm walking through and I'm looking for where the agents are at. I walk up to Ken from William Morris. I said, hey man, my name is Sinbad. You might want to sign me now because I'm the baddest thing walking. He said, yeah, I hear that a lot. I said, okay, I guess you had no vision. So I went around the corner and there was this doo-wop group singing, some brothers. I guess they won Entertainer of the Year a year before. I started singing with them. I said, oh, y'all gonna leave me in the car like that? And I just started singing. And their agent, she's from Florida, she said to me, hold on. Who are you? I said, I'm a comedian. She goes, you got representation? I said, no. She goes, okay, I got you. That's why I say when you find people that get you, it's not a fight. But she said, but you gotta get on the main stage. She said, that's how you get the college kids to buy you. I said, please. You ain't said nothing to me. So I had my little fake badge and I go to I watch how they're doing it, like different acts are coming out. So in between a band singing, I ran out and grabbed the mic. I said, how y'all doing? And this other comedian, he's not supposed to be on stage. So they're all crying. He's supposed to. So security came to get me. They're wrestling with me. I'm on the ground. And the kids are cracking up. And the older guy that ran and said, hold up. He's been funnier than anybody seen all day. Let the kid do his time. And I did my time. I got booked for 40 college gigs. And I had the money. I was sending money home. I said, Dad, I'm going to be sending these checks home. I want you to deposit an account. Your mom can use all the money. So first time I sent the check home, he said, boy, they sent you too much. I said, no, that's what they're paying me. He said, what? I said, yeah.
Okay, so now you do college gigs, and you are doing clean comedy. Okay, you never went to dirty.
I was dirty. I was cussing stuff at first. I was cussing out there when I first got started.
Because I see here that you have worked even with Redd Foxx, and Redd Foxx wasn't nothing clean about him except his underwear. Tell me a Redd Foxx
was
in the beginning.
I'm gonna tell you a Redd Foxx story.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you a Redd Foxx story.
All right.
Remember Redd Foxx did the thing if he said if his mother was there, he'd break out. Oh, my mama. Oh Lord, I break out in hives. Lou, that was real. That was real. I was doing the new Redd Foxx show, and his mother pulled up in the limo at the gate. Hey, baby, yeah, I'm Red, Mama. Could you let me in? I want to see Red. Oh, yes. So I got her on the lot. So I go inside. I say, Red, I'll let your mom in. Boy, are you out your mind? He said, I got her in a good place. I take care of all of her friends. He started breaking out. He said, man, he said, you go fix that. You better go fix that. So I had to go outside and said, Red left for the day. I don't know where he went. He said, man, look, I take care of all of them. I sent him shopping. He said, my mama gonna drive me crazy. But I found out she never saw him work dirty. If Red found out, he had a guy that looked out. If his mom came to the show, Red did a clean show. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? That man respected his mother so much. If he found out his mother was in the audience, Red did a totally clean show.
Well, you know, the first time that you and I worked together at the Paramount, remember? And now
I'll never forget that.
I was in Oakland. We were in Oakland, California. It was Louis Dix, me, and you. And that was, you know, I'll name names. That was Errol Jackson, him, you know. And nobody told me until 2 minutes before I was to go on that, oh, by the way, you know, you got to work clean. Now they knew.
No, they didn't tell you. No, Lou, they never told you. Remember, not even 2 minutes before.
They
never told you.
They said they told.
They never told you, Lou. Lou, they never told you.
Okay, and also I'm like, I gotta live here when Sinbad leaves. It doesn't matter what. I've got to crush this by any means necessary. I went out and did my thing. Then I tell people you and I had a conversation. After the show, you brought me in your dressing room and had a conversation with me for like an hour and a half. You know, we were still up in that dressing room. And that was, I can work, of course, clean and blue, but, you know, I don't, like, I have 7 brothers and sisters, okay?
Yeah.
It takes, I didn't like to talk. I didn't like to do a dirty show if my brothers come to my show.
Wow.
Because I don't like to talk. Well, I'm going to talk about dick, pussy, and this and that in front of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I usually I still don't even like when my brothers come to my show. Me and my sisters can laugh about shit, but I don't like when my brothers come to my show because you never know who's the dirty brother.
Yeah.
You know, there's always somebody, some weirdo in the family, and I don't want to get nobody worked the fuck up, you know, at the family reunion. So it was that was a trip. Aside from Red Fox, hell, you worked with Cosby.
Yeah, I worked with Cos. I worked with Red Fox. I worked with. I got a chance to work with Robin Williams. I got a chance to work with a lot of my heroes, a lot of people that I love, man.
You know, the different world experience. Let's just jump ahead a little bit. The different world experience was, I thought, a fantastic one because they had never shown Black college life like that on a weekly basis, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't, you know, a lot of that petty shit that, you know, that what Spike did in School Days, you know?
Yeah, School Days. We got fighting light skin, dark skin, all that. Yeah.
This was real. You know, they had steppers, they had issues, they had the characters, you know, Mr. Gaines and all that.
Yeah.
So did you have to audition for Different World or were you chosen for Different World?
This is gonna blow your mind. This is gonna blow your mind. Now I'm out here in LA. When I first got to LA, first thing I got to LA, I get this movie of the week called Club Med. Bob Giraldi is directing. He did the Beat It video with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And they're looking for a comedian, and they're saying we need a comedian. We need a comedian that can act. So I go in there, Mario Van Peebles, all the basic light skinned brothers, you know, are going for the same job, and I'm like this. Man, I got to do some extra. So I go in the room, and I kill it. And didn't know what Bob Giraldi said to me? Oh man, I ain't worried about your acting. I just know if you're funny. I said, oh, if you just worry about me, if you're funny, you can just send everybody else back home. He started, you know what he did? He sent everybody away. Gave me the job. I'm doing this movie week. I'm with Miami Sound Machine, Gloria Estefan. They were just breaking. I'm doing this movie with Linda Hamilton and everybody. Oh, it's so Jack Scalia. I'm doing this movie of the week, man. And then they got me in all these extra scenes. Bob Girardi said, man, can you come down? I'm gonna put you in this scene. I'm gonna put you in that scene. 2 days later, it's Lorimar Production. I'll never forget. Bob Girardi calls me and he goes, hey man, can I talk to you? We're in Mexico doing this. Look, I sent the early draft of the stuff in every day. They said, look, this ain't a Sinbad movie. Don't put him in no more scenes, please. And that's when I knew my life was gonna go a different direction. He sat me down and said, look, man, kid, I'm gonna just tell you, sometimes you might be larger than life for some of these people and they ain't ready to see it. He said, but can I ask you this? Can you still come down every day and keep the crew laughing and keep the extras laughing? I said, look, man, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm making a movie. I'm gonna do jet skiing and everything. That's when I realized I had something that was gonna also piss off some people. You got a skill that's funny, but when it's not your time, it pisses people off. So that was cool. So that was fun doing that. But now comes the for a different world. That came from a left field. Left field, I understand they're getting ready to do a spinoff from the Cosby Show. At least when they got a spinoff, they said, oh, they need me. They don't know they need me, but they need me.
Because we're gonna double back. We're gonna double back to the Cosby Show thing too. But cool. Yes, that's right. Different World was a spinoff. That was Lisa Bonet's spinoff. That's right.
Yeah. It had Marissa Tomei in it. Don Lewis was one of the original people. So they needed a comic to warm up the audience. And I heard about comedians to warm up the audience. Remember, they were making good money, but they don't share that information with nobody. You can't figure out how to get that job. So I go in. It was a brother named George Crosby that worked for Bill Cosby, about 6'8". I go in. I got myself in there. And they start talking about my resume. So I have never worked the audience. I worked on this. I worked on Golden Girls. I'm making up stuff. They're going Golden Girls. Yes, I worked on that. And then it was going good. And then it got so good to me because I lied sometimes. I started believing it. And I said, also, I worked on Magnum P.I. They said, Magnum P.I., isn't that shot on location? I said, yes. They said, so how did you warm up with the audience? I said, can I ask you a question? Up to this point, how good was I doing? I said, thank you for letting me come in. I got up. I said, you're so stupid, Sinbad. You can't just ever calm down. So I'm walking away and George Crosby, hey, come here. Come here, young man. What the hell is wrong with you? You was doing good. Look, I'm going to give you this job. Don't make me look stupid. I said, don't make me look stupid, man. He says, Magnum P.I.? Boy, that was brilliant, stupid. So here it goes. I'm about to warm up the audience, but Lou, I ain't trying to warm up the audience. I'm trying to get a job to work with Bill Cosby. I'm trying to be on the pilot. I'm trying to get on the Cosby Show. I've been chasing Bill Cosby for 4 or 5 years. So I'm thinking, this is my moment.
Because at this time, Cosby was God.
Oh.
This is past.
Yes.
I Spy.
Yes.
This is, he's got albums. He's doing everything.
Yes.
He walks on water. Everything he says is gospel. You want to just stand near him. I've been in the Cosby orb before, the shit. Right when he started writing books, Louis Dix had him on tour. And he would be tour with him. Yeah. And I swear to you, when I met Bill Cosby, I felt like I'd found my father, like for real. Like I was like, this.
A lot of people did.
I was like, oh my God, he brought. We touched our hands touched, and I was like, I wanted to cry.
Yes.
And when when the Cosby Show came out, we had also remember this was a time where we had never seen a really successful Black family.
Thank you.
On television.
Thank you.
Where the mother was a lawyer and she looked like Michelle Obama and she was beautiful and Bill was a doctor and they had the kids and they were going to university and they had a beautiful house and they had a wonderful lifestyle. We had never seen that before.
And those crazy, white kids wanted him as their dad. Remember, white kids wanted him as their dad. So for me, it wasn't just that, knowing his history, knowing what he did with movies, how he sent kids to college, never told kids that he gave them that money for college. And the things he just did, and even the things he did in charity, he never told anybody about. And I'll never forget, I was with him at a college, and I think I was at Hampton. And this girl came in, she had lost her scholarship. And Bill and I were doing a show there. And Bill went back in that registrar's office and said, if she has the gumption to come back in here and to fight to stay in school, I'll pay for all 4 years. He said, don't tell her it's me. So I guess the girl goes back in. They say, hey, you just got a scholarship. And they said, from who? He said, you just got a scholarship. Well, she finds out later it's Bill Cosby. So what, 2-3 years later, she chases Cosby down and thanks him. He goes, cool. She goes, no, I want to thank you. He goes, all I ask you to do is pay for it. She goes, I don't understand. He goes, I saw your need. I just asked you to pay it forward.
Now, meet me in my hotel room at 11:30, and we're gonna have a couple of drinks and talk about it. Okay, listen.
I know.
Let's just touch on this now. Let's touch on this because this is for the culture, and
Yep.
So, aside from the fact that you the Cosby Show in a different world, you were a regular.
Well, let me tell you, I got there. Let me tell you that day to do the pilot, do the warm up for the pilot.
Yeah.
It was 2 shows that day, so I came back and did it twice. Cosby walks in, and I'm waiting to get into his and it's just in his eyes, like I'm trying to get into his eye line.
Yeah.
Well, one of the exec producers from a different world comes over. What are you doing standing here? What are you doing? You're the warm up comedian. And Sinbad snapped. I said, yo, my name is Sinbad. I said, I don't know who the F you are, but I need you to back up while I meet Cosby. She said, what? I said, I ain't no warm-up act. I'm Sinbad. And I was about to lose my job right at that moment. And Bill Cosby said, hey, you heard the man? He ain't no warm-up act. I was like, did somebody just have my back?
Oh, yeah.
Did somebody just have my back for the first time ever in Hollywood? And the girl said, yes, Mr. Cosby. I'll never forget. She said, yes, Mr. Cosby. I said, I want to be that. 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 He got on sweatsuit, had a cigar. A white dude was carrying his briefcase. I want to be that.
Yeah.
He said, boy, hey, boy. I couldn't shake his hand right. He goes, are you left-handed? Because I shook his hand so bad with my right. He said, are you left-handed? And I was like, Miss Con. He said, hey, this is all I need you to do. He said, it's like he knew, like Lou, it's like he knew his aura. He said, just go out there. Don't try to be super funny. Just do your thing. And boy, I know you're funny. Don't worry. I said, you know about me? Yeah, I heard about you doing Magnum PI. So I said, so I'm saying to myself, oh, he don't know. I'm going to try to be as funny. I'm going to put on a show in the audience like never before. Well, there was a woman sitting on the aisle who's about maybe 6'4". And I kept saying, hey, I'm warming up. Do you mind if I sit on the aisle? She goes, I'm just as tall as you. And later on, that woman's name was Kimber Rickabaugh. And she went to Dick Clark and said, I found a comic. You need to host a show called, it's a double-decker bus, keep cruising, where we cruise the city. She got me my job, and she produced my first stand-up special because she was a militant woman.
People don't know how hard it is to do warm-ups for shows. It is
it's an art form.
Energy.
It's an art form.
Energy.
It's an art form.
Like you're perfect
for
art
it form.
Because the energy for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
Especially toward the end of a taping. That's when it gets bad. When people are tired of being there because they thought it was going to be a 1-hour taping because the show was 1 hour.
And now it's 5 hours long.
And if you got the wrong director, and you got the wrong guest director, oh God, it can go forever. Louis Dix was probably one of the best ever. And I feel good because I got Louis Dix. I got Louis Dix the job at a different world. I got Louis Dix. I said, y'all need to get my boy Louis Dix up in here, man. There are a lot of comics out here that are not known that should be known. There are a lot of comics who should have been more famous than what they are. You know what I'm saying, Lou? You, my girl, Laura. Laura should be famous. I look at people who got missed. George Wallace, probably one of the funniest Negroes ever walked the face of this earth.
George Wallace, yes, absolutely.
Come on, I wish a young brother would try to touch him. I feel sorry for young brothers want to touch. Boy, don't touch George. Don't touch George.
So let me just sidebar for a minute. Okay. So now, Lisa Bonet, right, is on on the Cosby Show, and they had the skirmish, the little skirmish. Lisa wanted to go off and do other things. She was
Mm-hmm.
the rebel on the show. She was the rebel in real life.
Yeah.
She starts, dating Lenny Kravitz, and he's so bohemian and all this. And she does Angel Heart, right?
Yes. I'll never forget
So,
that.
yes, nobody will. So, Angel Heart, oh, Lisa's going to do a movie. Okay, that's nice. That's big. That's fine. Then the movie comes out. She's
Yes.
naked. She's doing
Yes.
voodoo sex with what, Mickey Rourke or somebody,
Mickey Rourke before his face got
with
fixed.
chicken blood all over her,
Yep.
and everybody
Yep.
lost their mind. And Bill, do you think that's the reason that Bill,
No. He actually said, wow. He said, that might not be the look for you. He said he got it though, because it's like the kids who leave Disney and figured I gotta go crazy because they got dropped that. Like Will Smith had to lose, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I needed a movie where I kill some people so people get past different world and the good and bad, because we're not one thing. So when you do a comedy, you need to go and Lisa's, we now know, it's artistic as hell. She's an artistic person, always has been. So I just think for her, a straight up sitcom, remember, she's not a sitcom actress. She's an actress. She's not a sitcom actress. She's an actress. And I think she just said, I'll go do something else.
Yes, like get naked and have sex on film and be and roll around in chicken blood. You can't get no further from the Cosby Show than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think what happened is, if the show had been a hit, now if that movie had made crazy bank, we talking something different, right?
Yeah.
We talking something different. It's like Halle Berry when she did the movie where she finally took her top off, we could see her breasts, and she was just sitting there suntanning her breasts.
Yeah.
Was it a scene that was needed? No, but I know in this game they said it was almost like, we need this. We need you to do this.
In my whole career, and I've done like 30, 35 films actually.
Uh-huh.
I have never been asked to do a nude scene. Isn't that funny to you? I don't
understand. I don't. You know what? Maybe they didn't require the Oakland lady to do it. Maybe they know.
What? But I did do a movie. With Adam Sandler called "That's My Boy," where I had fake boobs. I played a stripper. I had to be upside down, and you can't use your real boobs because real boobs flop around and they'd have fell in my mouth. So I had to do fake boobs. And that was, my boobs are out through the whole movie. That's as close as I've been to being naked in the movie. I don't see the difference between Lisa Bonet and me. But anyway, okay, so now.
Now that you brought that up, I got to sidestep with you. This is funny to me. We got a Me Too movement. We have a Me Too movement in America. But if you look at every woman on quarantine showing their booty, their breasts, in the bathing suit, look at so-and-so, look at her body, look at everybody, oh, she looking good, she killing the gram, she killing the internet. But if a man was like, damn, you look good. Hey, you don't say to me what I'm like, you know what?
I'm only guilty of going live on Instagram from the bathtub, but we'll talk about that. So let me just ask you, as a person, you and Bill, did you guys get to be like real solid friends during the taping?
He became, he became a when you say friends, it's like when somebody's a mentor to you, where it's like you're never like, hey man, what's up? We'll get something to eat. It's always like this. Hey man, Mr. C, what are you doing? Hey Mr. C, are you available? Bill Cosby, Prince, Michael Jordan. I don't even say Michael Jackson, because you can't. Michael Jackson's such an area you can't. Michael don't hang out. You never saw Michael hang out somewhere. Prince, Michael Jordan, Bill Cosby were the kind of people, they don't even have their own cell phone. You had to call the person who got their cell phone.
Oh yeah.
The people that level that you got to call somebody. Hey, tell Mr. C I'm trying to get hold of him. Hey, tell Prince I'm trying to get hold of him. Hey, could you tell Michael I'm trying to get hold of him? Were you at that level where you don't even have a problem with that, even though they can call your cell? You don't have a problem with that. Bill was like that to me, because I'm blessed. I had a good father. So I wasn't looking for a father figure, but he was the only person ever in Hollywood. Him and Red Fox, him and Kimber Rickabaugh, who fought for me.
So, looking at what's going on now, what is your heart? How does your heart feel about how this legacy is ended up?
My heart is broke. My heart is broke. You know, it's like finding us. You know, your heart's broke. It's beyond anger. My heart is broke because now everything he good did is tossed. It's tossed. It's tossed out the
Yeah.
window.
The
It's
thing,
tossed out the window.
and the thing for me is, I was riding with the whole conspiracy. You know, I roll with,
Yep.
I
I
roll with,
know you were, Lou. Lou, I know you were.
I roll with Dick Gregory. I roll with Paul Mooney. I'm like, he was trying to be by CBS. They had it in for him. This is all a plot, this thing, until the deposition. When he did the deposition, he admitted that he did the shit. Now, this is a man who went to Temple, who was an athlete, who was fine, who ran track. He looked good. He did I Spy with Robert Cope. He could have got any parts of any pussy in Hollywood. So for him to admit that he wanted to get, that he did, in fact, give girls, thigh gappers, then there is, just this is how you can't judge a book by its cover, because, wanting to have sex with sedated women is one heartbeat,
let's say
away
what the
from
deposition.
necrophilia.
Let's say what the deposition was. Let's get something straight.
Okay.
He said, I gave women quaaludes. Now we got this. Let's break this down. What he's saying. That's like the modern day person in the late 80s, 90s saying, I gave girls cocaine. Back in the day when I was in comedy in late 80s, from 85, 86 on, cocaine was the thing. If a comic came up with cocaine, he got hooked up. Comic came with the cocaine. I heard waitresses like this, oh, he's bringing the cocaine. I said, he's using cocaine because some of these cats were some ugly cats. Cocaine was that thing. Now, when Cosby was coming up, I think what threw everybody up about Cosby, he says, I gave women quaaludes like this. Cosby doing drugs. I said, y'all, we got to remember, he's a human being. I said, I don't think anybody took quaaludes, didn't want to take quaaludes. Quaaludes was the cocaine of that time. Whoever brought the quaaludes, they call them ludes. Remember back in the day, who bringing ludes to the party? Somebody bringing ludes. So I don't think that's the thing that got him in trouble. It's other things. But the ludes, I think those who saw him as the American dad said, Cosby wouldn't do no drugs. He must have brought no drug to women. I said, well, how do we know? How do we know that? Because we didn't know the other things. So when people tell me he said he gave him quaaludes. Quaaludes was a party drug. Quaaludes is where everybody gathered in the back, men and women. Give me the ludes. Give me some of these ludes. Who got the ludes?
Okay, I never took a quaalude in my life. I was in Castro Valley, California. My folks moved me out of Oakland to Castro Valley, from the hood to the suburb. They thought they were moving me away from the drugs. They moved me where the better drugs were.
Thank you. Yes.
I never took a quaalude in my life. Everything else you mentioned, I've been there.
That's a Hollywood drug.
Never.
Quaaludes is a Hollywood drug. Quaaludes wasn't in our. Quaaludes was a housewife.
So when you give
Hollywood
somebody
drug.
quaaludes, what is the goal?
Get high and loopy. The same thing as Valium. Why would you get somebody Valium? Women wanted Valium. That's the dumbest drug.
The Valium would counteract the cocaine. See.
Yeah, but still, some women, some still want the Valium. So we look at some drugs. For us, they don't make no sense. What are you taking that for? There were things like Valley of the Dolls. Remember that movie, Valley of the Dolls? And they were talking about quaaludes and Valium and stuff. I said, what kind? I was like this, as a young brother, I said, what kind of drugs are those? I had never heard of drugs like that.
Well, so now here he is in the penitentiary.
Yeah. And
after
this is where his
everything
legacy.
He lost his son.
Yep.
He has lost a daughter now as well, I believe.
Yep.
And, Camille is in wherever. We can't even find her. You can't find her nowhere. No. He's got 2 daughters left. And I think it's the saddest shit in the world. But he has also not seemed all super remorseful either. Just saying.
You know what? I look at that one I have to leave for him. I don't know about remorseful. I don't know when people say what somebody says, when somebody in the press is talking to you. I don't know. I can't say what somebody feels inside, because press is one thing, and I know if they came at me for something, they would say, Sinbad looks smug. See, that's easy. That's easy to do. Remorseful or not, he's locked up. Remorseful or not, he might spend the rest of his life in there. So this is what I say. My heart's broke. But I would say this. If I had a son that had, say, murdered somebody else's child, I would still love my son, but he'd be locked up, and I wouldn't go, he shouldn't be there. It would break my heart for my son. It would break my heart for the other family. You know what I'm saying? So where I stand, when people ask about Bill, I say, my heart is broke, because when young comics talk to me, I won't let them. They go like this. Yeah, so you can stop right now. Unfunny, brother. You can stop right now. And I can't wait for your moment, because I swear to God, if you get in trouble, I'm going to tell people I thought you would do it. I swear to God, if you get in trouble and they interview me, I say, I always thought he would kill somebody. I always thought he would hit a woman. And I swear to God, if you keep talking to me, when the police come to me, I'm saying, I can't believe he's just now going to jail. I will be the worst character witness you ever had.
What do you think about how he was about criticizing, people for using foul language and,
I'll say this. I'll give you my reel on that. I used to tell him, I say, man, people, okay, this is what they would do for me. This is how cats you try to trip me up, reporters. Man, what do you think about all these black comics? Ho. Ask me about the white comics. Don't ask me about no black comics. I got lots of opinion on white comics. Please ask me about Billy Crystal. Please ask me about Robin Williams. Please ask me about George Carlin. They're some of the dirtiest comics running around. Please ask me about them. But don't you sit here and like Sinbad is the keeper. I'm the good Negro. I am not your good Negro. And the longer you sit with me, you're going to probably want to go back to talk to Chris Rock or somebody, because I am not the one to talk to.
Woo.
And then when they saw that side of me, they go, ooh, Sinbad's not who we thought we were. So they got madder at me because I wouldn't fall in the trick bag. I'm an older brother. I used to tell cats, you got to see the trick bag coming. Ain't none of these cats your friends. When a reporter, even black, when a reporter sits with you and he turns that mic on, or he goes, this is off the record, ain't nothing off the record. Nothing is off the record. Usually when I'm sitting down and the reporter come over, Luenell, my time's up. I say, okay, I got to go. When that dude sits down with her, let's go. Here come Pistol Pete, let's go.
So, during Different World, you also worked with Jeffrey Owens.
Yes.
And Jeffrey Owens, I think his story was actually a great one. That fire can burn out. You're on a hot show. You're on a hot show. The hottest show, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
You don't see the end. You pray the end won't come, and the end don't come for a while, and then it does.
And then it comes.
And he was always the good guy. He was always, the good guy on the show. Then after that, he might not have worked in a lot of stuff that we saw. I know that he liked theater and stuff like that. And so here we go, fast forward, and Jeffrey Owens is working at Trader Joe's. Now, a lot of people gave him a pat on the back for that and said, you still got to feed your family whether you're on TV or not.
Thank you.
And, a girl took a picture of him. He was looking a little disheveled and just like a guy. And you wonder, how did you go from there to here? The beauty of that was that when people saw it, they didn't, for one of the first times in history, they didn't ostracize the brother. They didn't be a fucking loser. They were like, oh my God, look at what he's been doing to hold his family down. And oh my God, I remember he really was a good actor. And he came out of it like a rock star. He got booked again. He did Tyler Perry.
No, he didn't he didn't cry.
Yeah.
He didn't cry. He didn't go like, hey, he goes, wait a minute. He says, what's disrespectful about working? See, remember in this acting game, everybody really believes everybody's a superstar. Everybody believes everybody's rich. I said, that word rich, first of all, if you're still living in LA and you ain't making tens of millions of dollars, millions of dollars mean nothing out here. And then, I know if I say this to somebody in the Midwest, or I say somebody anywhere else, millions of dollars out here mean nothing. That can be gone in a year paying your agent, your lawyer, everybody you got around you, or buying some stuff you shouldn't have bought because you know what? You are famous. This is the thing about our people. One thing they did for him, they didn't throw him under the bus. We don't throw Vanessa Williams. We didn't throw her under the bus. See, we're like this. You always come back to us like, hey man, I got it. We good. I saw what society tried to do to you. We're good. We're good. Even if you walk away from us, we're like, hey, we're good. So I'm so glad that our people see social media plays trick. Social media trolls, taking a picture of you, having a job. Who takes a picture of a man with a job and say, look at him? Yeah, it's called
Look at him working. How dare you be
look
working?
At him working. I dare he not be doing Different World. Oh, it's canceled. I dare he not be doing the Cosby Show. Oh, it's canceled. What? Most people in this game, you know what the hardest part is about being an entertainer? You know what the hardest part about being an actor?
What?
Is when you have to say, wow, my time might be up.
Oh, yeah.
And you hang on, and you hang on. This, Luenell, there's a bunch of comics out there have not changed the routine in 10 years,
Woo.
but can't go get a regular job. So as long as they can make money, I'm like this, I ain't mad at you. If you can make a living doing that same routine, because it's hard to say, I'm going to work at Costco. You've been on TV, you've been on some shows, you've been close, you never became a superstar, or maybe you were on a big show, but you still didn't make superstar money. They don't know that. Just because you're on a hot show don't make you always make hot money. So now all of a sudden, you're like this, I got to get a job. You know how much it takes, how much to humble yourself and say, let me go teach. I got a teaching degree. Let me go teach. There's a brother who's teaching, Daryl Savard.
Yeah.
Funny brother. Daryl Savard. Funny. Actually played a teacher on his own show for a while. I always look for people and say, I wonder where they've been. And usually they end up leaving LA. I'll be somewhere and I'll see somebody I knew from the game doing another show, or be working at a corporation. I go do a corporate gig, or they come to my show. So what you been doing? Well, man, a lot of people right now are taking care of their parents. A lot of people my age and a little bit younger have moved back south, wherever they're from, saying, I'm taking care of my mother and father. World changes. I look at anybody that had the guts. I look at anybody that had the guts and the courage to become an actor. Anybody that had the guts to grab a mic and stand on a mic. Anybody, I don't care how it ends for you. As long as you didn't do anything stupid to other people, I don't care how it ends for you. I have more respect for you than the fool with their little cell phone camera going like, hey, look at so-and-so, he catching the bus. Well, he's still so big, you took a picture of him. He didn't take a picture of you, did he?
Yeah.
He didn't take a picture of you, did he?
Hey,
so
Sinbad,
go on,
You know what? And now listen, you had your own show too.
Yes, I did.
Called creatively.
We didn't know
creatively called Sinbad, right?
The Sinbad Show. Because you always name your show after you. Back in the day, 80s and 90s, you always name your first show after you, because it's kind of let you know, hey, the Cosby Show, Martin, all these shows that, hey, this is me. And that's what should be drawing the audience. The Bill Cosby Show, whatever.
That's why I give Thea Vidal a shout out, because Thea Vidal was the first Black female comic to have a show in her own name.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was called a Thea Vidal Show, because Monique's show was called a Parker's. And we don't have a whole bunch of black female comics that had their own show. So shout out to Thea Vidal. So you played. A lot of people think about
Thea, man. Thea was killing it, man. I mean, people don't know. The 90s was a hot time for people. The 80s and 90s, it was comics had to work. We scuffled, we worked. It wasn't many opportunities for Black comics. So that's why I went. Black comics that knew me back then. Let's go back before then. Before I came to Hollywood, on the road, cats that knew me know, hey man, when you watch that Michael Jordan Last Dance, that's me. I ain't taking no prisoners. I ain't gonna cry. I'm gonna go work. And when they tell me, Sinbad, Black men can't work, I'm done. They go like, why Sinbad do that? I can't let you get in my head. I can't let you bring that negativity around me. I say, don't worry, I'm gonna get this job and come back and get y'all. But I can't sit here and let y'all talk about what we can't do and what the white man won't let us do and the white boys being funny. I said, it's always gonna be that way. It's always been that way. Our fight is always our fight. And another thing you'll find out, even when there's brothers that get in charge, sometimes brothers and sisters, it can be your worst nightmare because you thought it was going to be something else. You thought, oh God, my people. And then you're like, what? Yeah. Did my people just pimp slap me?
You know what, when you were talking about how we hustled and grinded, Black comics wasn't flying nowhere. I know comics that drove from New York to LA. When Comic View first started, comics was on that highway driving from New York. There's the legendary story about Cheryl Underwood. And, we was breaking down on the side of the road. We didn't have our own rooms. We were staying forward to a hotel room. You were sleeping on the floor, on a couch, in a bed with somebody on the fold out, all that kind of stuff. And they're very, very bougie now because they don't have to hustle like we had to hustle.
Have they done this for you? Hey, man, I'd like to go on the road. Okay, I didn't get it at first. Hey, man, can I go on the road with you? Yeah, man. I said, I'll be in this city. I said, oh, you want a ticket? You want an airline ticket? Yeah. And you want me to pay you? Yeah. And then I would have been cool. But Lou, you know what he said to me? I can combine my audience with your audience. I said, oh, okay, we're going to. Okay. Okay, you know, look, brother, I was going, I was going to fuck you. Did you just say, I said, then you don't need me. Why don't you just just keep your audience and go ahead and fly in and do your show.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest. When I ask people for help, I'm humble. I'm honest. I said, man, I know I don't bring nothing to you. I don't bring anything to you. But I tell you this, if you give me this opportunity, man, I don't even know if it does anything for you. But I would appreciate it if you could do this for me.
Now, Ray J was on your show too, right?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
And you got to work with hot ass Selma Hayek.
Somehow, for one of the first TV shows ever.
Now, you know, you got married, you got divorced, you remarried your same wife. You know, don't you have any trampy stories from the road, Sinbad? Like you was making money, you big 6 foot, 6 foot something, man. You haven't really had that many scandals. You got a couple bankruptcies.
Wasn't no social media. Wasn't no social media. Right, no. And the brother was slippery. The brother was slippery. See, some brothers like the limelight. I'm like, ooh, there's a line on over there? Ooh, where's the dark side?
What happened to the
what
show?
Hallway? What a hallway with no light bulbs?
Why was the show canceled? Why was the show canceled? God, how long did it run first? Let me see.
Sinbad Show, 24 episodes. Okay, the show was never supposed to be picked up, Lou. I got a deal working with Joe Roth, working with the studio. And then I got this Disney deal. He said, look, man, let's go make movies. They're going to offer you a TV show. Whatever you do, you pitch the worst show you can and don't you get stuck doing the TV show. Okay, all right, Joe. That's why I did House Guest. I said, all right, Joe. So I go in, for the pitch. Lou, I go in for the pitch. I'm like this. Look, I'm a single man. Now I'm talking about technology. I make video games. People say, what? I do video games. I know I've lost them now. I do video games and I do the internet. I got my own animation studio in my house. I test video games. There's 2 kids. They're brother and sister. They need to be adopted. I said, one's not going to be a midget. He's going to actually grow. He can be a tall black man. So I know y'all don't want that. So I said, I got a regular kid that's going to grow tall. And I said, and I got some friends and my life changed. They go, yes. I go like, what? So now I'm in the parking lot and I look at my brother Mark. They just bought that. He said, man, you don't know how to pitch bad. You don't know how to pitch bad. And Joe Roth called me on the phone. Well, see what you did. I said, Joe, I swear, who takes a positive black show? What network wants a positive black show?
And you end up getting a nomination in '95 for the Kids' Choice Award Favorite TV Actor.
I know. Ain't that crazy, man? And it's crazy because when I'm doing the show, I'm fighting. I didn't realize as a comic, I thought everybody was cool. I thought writers were cool. Comedy writers were cool. When I got these 2 producers, I didn't know who they were. They were helping me introduce. I didn't know back then they got people with deals they're trying to get rid of. So I'm on the road traveling. I'm doing a tour. I didn't have a chance to be there to help develop the show. I said, I figured I'll come back off the road. I'm going to finish this movie and then we'll put the show together. I got some ideas for the show. I get there. They're in the writer's room and they got the Bible up. They got these shows up. I said, well, how can you have the Bible up? You ain't talk to me. These 2 producers who begged me for a job did this. We really don't need to be in this room. And then Negro Sinbad came out like, what? What? And the other side of me, which I had no control of yet, went off. And then they told the writers, if you want to keep your job, don't talk to Sinbad. They were told, the writers of the Sinbad Show were told, I said, don't y'all know y'all can't get fired? They said, we don't do. I said, they can't fire you if you talk to me. I won't let that happen. But no one trusted that I would make that happen. Then I fought for black. I was going to lose. I was fighting for black cameramen. I was like, what is going on here? It was so much going on. Then we got Selma Hayek. I said, man, I got a 5-year plan. It's the first time black, Spanish together. People don't know that's a big combination. In the real world, LA is the only place where people gangbang and fight like that. In New York, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, everybody living together. I said, this could blow up. There could be something positive. I saw where this went for 5 years. I saw the 5-6 years syndicated, Sinbad living good. Oh, I'll get behind the camera after that. I'm doing well. I retire. So they let Selma Hayek go. I said, are y'all stupid? I said, write her name down. Now I got 2 producers. Remember, they replaced the first producers because I found out one of them said that's what happened when you let a nigga run a show. And when I found that out, it was done. It was like almost my brother had to come get me. It's almost done. And I'm talking stuff I thought was brilliant. I said, hey man, we can edit down here on the set. They go, well, that's impossible. And I thought they didn't know. I said, oh no, there's some software. I didn't realize they knew it was possible. They didn't want me to do it. So then they brought in another producer who brought me into the editing room. He says, man, I thought you were crazy. You know exactly what you want. He said, dude, he said, you're one of the, I said, what? You're one of the sharpest cats. It's from Boy Meets World. He said, you're one of the sharpest guys. I'm going to tell them they need to let you be in all the meetings because you see the vision. I said, dude, I see 6 years. ADHD is a gift. You see it. You just need people to help you bring the vision, right? Well, these new producers are in the dressing room with me, pitching the idea that my 4-year-old adopted daughter catches me having an erection in the morning. I said, what'd you just say? They said, she's having an erection. I said, dude, that ain't going to happen. And they said, well, since you so emasculated, why don't we just get you married on the show? So Lou, I sit there and I lock my dressing room door. I said, how about this? The first one get off that couch, I'm going to kick his ass. But the first one that don't get off the couch, I'm going to kick his ass. So either you get off the couch or you don't get off the couch. I'm going to kick your ass either way it goes. So they're like, you ain't. I said, no, brother, I'm not playing with you right now. I swear to God, ain't nobody getting out of here. So they get my brother on the phone. Man, come get your brother. So Mark's outside the door. Bad, can I talk to you? Bad. I cracked the door. I said, I'm dealing with a situation. I'm going to take care of this. So the whole crew, the makeup people, they're like, Sinbad. I said, no, one of them not going to make it out. I'll let one out. Pick which one y'all want to see out. I'm keeping one for myself. So Lou, at that time, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm a good person. You know, comments go through that. I'm a good person. When did I lose my mind? And right. Lucy Salhaney ran Fox. Lucy Salhaney, I love her. I go to meet with her to cancel the show. I said, I can't. I saw the vision. It's not going to work. So when I get the meeting with her, she goes, Sinbad, I'm sorry. We already canceled it. I said, oh, great. I came to you to cancel it. She goes, what? No one's ever asked. I said, I don't know what to do. And then she told me, hold up. Let me tell you about TV. And she said, when you get your second run, this always happens in comics. You got to know how this works, how you got to set it up. And I found out a year later, she retired. She kind of just went to do it. I didn't realize there's a burnout in this business. It's a burnout on producers. I learned to respect everybody's burnout. Everybody got somebody hollering at them. The next time you go back to TV, you bring your team in. And you bring a team that protects you. And when I worked with Rail, when Rail put me on his show, I said, Rail, I didn't want to do TV. I begged them not to take me. I begged my agent not to send me. I said, I don't want to fight with anybody. And so when I got there, I said, I'm never going to fight. I'm just going to say what I will do or what I won't do. And I'm not going to fight with anybody. And me and Rail, we got along. I even showed them how. I said, man, I'm going to show how to fight with stuff without losing your mind. Because you don't want to lose your mind out here. Because you can't.
Well, you got 1995, you got House Guests. You got 1996, you got First Kid movie. 1996, you did another movie, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
1997, Welcome to Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Yep.
And then you do Damn Shazam, right?
No, it never happened. There's no Shazam.
Wait a minute, the movie was a bad...
No, everybody thinks Shazam is the Mandela effect. Everybody swears I did a movie called Shazam. Now think about this. How could I have done
Sinbad
pirate the whole genie. The genie thing turned into the Sinbad the sailor turned into a genie.
So maybe it was a movie prank. Maybe it was a prank.Maybe they put
No, it was. Well, I put in April of 2 years ago, a couple years ago, with my son, we did a fake scene for Shazam on April Fool's Day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And nobody picked that up. That was a fake scene with a shirt that I wear on stage.
Okay, now this is when I thought that we could not be friends. When you started hosting motherfucking Showtime at the Apollo, I said, oh, he's way, because for me, the Apollo is Mecca. The Apollo is heaven.
Yes.
I've died and gone to heaven just to touch the stage. I know Mr. Gray, who's there, the curator
Yep.
guy.
Yep.
I go there. I can go to the Apollo anytime I want. Now I've been upstairs. My name is on the
Mm-hmm.
wall. I've touched the stone, and you just James Brown laid in state there. This is the Apollo, and you started hosting the Apollo from 1989 to 1991. Steady job,
Yeah.
steady job. Well, all the
But I was
legends
doing
that
the
you
Apollo.
love.
I was doing the Apollo and A Different World and the Luther Tour all at the same time.
That's bananas.
But this is crazy. No, but I didn't go there to host Apollo. I didn't apply for that job. Okay, here's I'm ashamed, but this is what I all did. We were going to New York, and they said, be careful, because there's a representative from Apollo that will chase you to try to get you to do the Apollo for free because you're black. So your key was to keep running. When you get to New York, if somebody in black get in the elevator with you, get out, because it's probably that guy from Apollo trying to get you. I was good for 2 or 3 years. I was successful, Lou. Lou, I did this show. The elevator door was closing, and this black hand reached in and opened the door. He said, Sinbad, please, would you do the Apollo? I said, oh, they got me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they got me. He said, ain't no money, man. Ain't no money, brother. Would you come do the Apollo? I said, okay, man. Y'all got me, fan square. I'll come. Now, Kim Coles was down there, Terry and my man, the brother, the Puerto Rican brother that was hosting, Rick Aviles, had been sick. So Terry and Kim were killing it.
That's that guy who was in Ghost.
Yeah, Rick Aviles. Talk like that, that big man. So what happens is, I get there to do Showtime at the Apollo. I'm gonna do my set, and they go like, yo man, Apollo don't like nobody from LA. I said, I ain't from LA, I'm from Michigan. They're like, they don't like no LA comics down. They'll give me all these rules. I'm like, well, why y'all bring people down here? Badges. No, I go out there, man. But I go right, because remember, I go right. First of all, they come to pick you up before this New York, where the cab wouldn't take you to Apollo. So the cab would drop you off on like 60th, 70th Street, and then a Mercury Marquis had to pick you up. The gypsy cab to bring me to the Apollo. I said, I should not be going here.
A Mercury Marquis.
Yeah. Yes, a Mercury Marquis picked me up, took me down this alley behind the back of the Apollo. I get there, they open the door, man. I got my clothes, hey man, I'm Sinbad, what's up? What's up? Your dressing room upstairs. I said, oh, this is called the disrespect. Okay, I see. This, we don't respect nobody. So I go up to my dressing room. I meet Kiki. We're talking. Kiki said, glad to have you. I said, Kiki, what's the secret of this? Bad, they rough, bad, hang in there. I walk out. Boom, I do my thing. I come off stage. They go, wait, I'm about to leave. Hey, could you host amateur night? I go, what? So I stay. I host amateur night. I'm about to leave. Oh, wait. Could you host the show? The show tonight. I said, y'all just got me for 3 shows? So I end up hosting the show. After the show, they asked me to take over the show to host it. Just from me coming to perform there. Best experience of my life. They stole my chicken from Sylvia's. The whole joke was, don't ever let Sinbad get his food. I never, ever got my food. I never got my chicken dinner from Sylvia's.
Well, the thing about you is we know how much you love legends. We know how much, because you started your own cruise and everything like that. You got to meet all your idols and everything. Would you say that was one of your dream jobs?
One of my dreams. Doing Showtime at the Apollo made me part of New York. I would come into New York. Apollo, I had no idea that New Yorkers had love for me like that. That's when I found out LA was not my city. New York was my city. East Coast, Chicago, people that work, regular people. LA never had love for me. To this day, it doesn't. But they had love for me to the point I couldn't hardly walk down the street in New York. When I was in Harlem, I couldn't hardly walk down the street.
Well, you're pretty easy to spot too, Sinbad.
That red hair, that blonde hair. I'm wearing leather. I'm telling you, I saw things backstage. I was there when I was I went down to, what's my man with the fake leathers where Michael Tyson got in the fight?
You don't mean the
Dapper
guy
Dan.
who did all the
Dapper
Dan.
Dapper Dan. I was there when the fight happened. I was there when the fight happened, man. And all these people come to Apollo. But know what I used to do? Why I think the Apollo people love me? I would stay on stage after I introduce somebody in between camera shots and talk to the people and sing. Yeah. Act a fool and sing and stuff. And it just became, and that's how I met Kim Coles and ended up taking Kim Coles on the road with me. I sat with her husband. He said, man, I wouldn't let nobody else take her. So I said, Kim, first thing, if I take you on the road with me, everybody's going to say, oh man, she's on the road with Sinbad because Sinbad going to sleep with her. I said, we're going to stay in different hotels. I said, we're going to stay in different hotels. We're going to make sure that everything's cool so that doesn't happen.
So now look, let's get personal right quick. Because we're doing a lot of talking, but I gotta ask some of the other shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and Meredith, right?
Yes. Yep.
You meet the little love of your life.
Yes.
Which is obvious because you got married.
Yep.
You had your children.
Yep.
And then some shit went down and you got divorced.
Got divorced.
Now,
and then I had a daughter. While I was divorced named Rachel.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I remember your little reality show and all this kind of stuff because you've done it all. You've had it all, And you and Meredith you were divorced for how long? Because lo and behold, you got married
11
again.
11 years.
11 years you were divorced.
11 years.
I always call you and tell you that the best thing that you have on the internet is Sinbad on marriage, right? And I believe that it's probably, like you say, you are already trained. Who wants to go through getting retrained with somebody new and this and that and the other?
Yep.
We have, it hasn't always been, rainbows and lollipops. You had bankruptcy.
Can't be, man. But even the bankruptcy, what happens is, my thing was, How do
bankruptcies happen? What is it when people say, I haven't paid my tax? What?
You know what you do? You pay your tax. My thing is, I owe no money for cars. I owe no money for a home. I never left anybody in lurch. What it was, I had a company. I was running my company. I was taking care. I had my whole family work for me. But when jobs quit coming, when things quit coming, I said, okay, cool. Okay, I'll rob you to pay Paul. I'll put this money over here and I'll pay the rest of this bill later. But remember now, when they play interest, when the government says interest, they ain't playing. So now you get the interest on top of the interest, where my interest was more than what I owed. And I said, oh my God. I said, I'm never going to catch up. But luckily, I found a good tax lawyer. I said, look, man, let's make a deal so you can pay what you owe to the government, get back on your feet. I said, I would tell anybody right now that got into this game, the first person you hire is a business manager. You never count your chickens before they hatch. You never count that show that you thought was coming, because every year I kept saying the same thing. There's no way in the world I'm not going to do a movie for a year. There's no way in the world I'm not going to do a movie for 2 years. There's no way. And if I knew it, 10 years went by. I said, if you had told me for 10 years that I would be hustling like that, if you had told me for 10 years that my name, to the point, you know what the hardest part for me, Lou, was? When I went to a Black Award show, because they asked me to come. I stayed out of everybody's way. I didn't want nobody to have to feel like, oh, somebody's trying to be. I didn't, that's not what I do. I came because one of the people asked me to come. And I'm trying to find my seat. So I just asked them, hey, man, they asked me to come. Where should I sit? And I heard somebody say, look at Sinbad trying to be relevant. Why is he here? And I said, this ain't me. So I said, hey, I'll be right back and go to the bathroom. I went to the parking lot. I got in the car. I said, they'll never see me again. Not even like, ooh, when I make my comeback, I'm back. I said, no, they'll never see me again, because I'm cool with who I am. I've never tried to front. I've never tried to be more than what I am. I know this much. I know I'm one of the baddest cats out here. And I don't care about that. Oh, he one of the toughest clean comics. Oh, hell no. Forget that. Mm-hmm. Hell no. Mm-hmm. I go with anybody. I don't care who you are. And that was always how I looked at it. I said, I'm going to punch above my weight class. That's how I fight.
But didn't they say like the money was like, what, when you just come from a regular life and you become a celebrity and you do all this, and then all of a sudden you get a tax bill for $8.5 million motherfucking dollars.
Oh, not with mine. Mine was about 1.2. 8 million was when they put taxes and stuff on. Remember, when they put in the paper, they got to make it look. Remember, there became a period where let's look at these entertainers. If you shame the entertainer, it shows that everybody else gets scared too. And rightfully so. I look back, I even look at the tax thing. Like, man, why we got to pay taxes? I tell all entertainers, man, don't you ever say publicly, hey man, taxes ain't right, because you know what? You'll just get yourself jacked. You owe what you owe. And then I've learned about how people did it. When I started reading the book by Trump and them, I said, oh, bankruptcy is to save your life. See, black folks are always like this. I pay my bills, I pay my bills, I pay my bills. Bankruptcy was like, I've seen studios go bankrupt this day, change the name of the studio, and open up across the street. I said, let me look at this. I'm not gonna leave anybody. I've never left anybody that I owe money. I don't care if I did my funk festival, whatever. If the funk festivals didn't make money, I took money out of my pocket. When I did my soul festivals, those killed me.
Yeah.
Because each year I thought I was gonna make more money. Each year I thought a corporation, because remember, HBO never gave me enough money to do it, but people loved it so much, I should have shut it down, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because it meant it was, and I don't regret it. If I could do it all over again, I don't regret doing it, because I know what it did for music. You know, I love music. I know what it meant for the old school artists, and it's some of the best work I've done. So I don't.
Sure.
I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm not even ashamed. When the bankruptcy hit me, people looked at me like, "Look at you." I said, "Bro, look at my life. You can look at me. You ain't never seen Sinbad with something that he wasn't supposed to have." I helped a lot of people in my life. I pushed a lot of people forward in my life. I did a lot of things for people. But the one thing I did wrong is I didn't take care of me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't use the excuse, I'm helping a lot of people. You know what though, man? You're not really helping people if you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You really not helping people, because if you fail, look at how many other people failed that you were helping.
Now, you mentioned Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Celebrity Apprentice. God damn it.
Man, I went on that. My agents begged me to do that show. I said, I'm going to do this damn show. I've been knowing that man since back in the days when I was working at Trump's Casino in the 80s with Jeffrey Osmond. I mean, he's always been a trip. This has always been his thing. I saw he took the Taj Mahal and left everybody hanging with that money. He could have owned Atlantic City, but he didn't want to pay the poor people who live right across the street casinos. He wanted to give them less than the money it was worth. He's always been that dude. He's always been a thief. He's always been a con artist. He ain't never been shit.
And has he always been a racist as well?
Always been a racist, but this is the funny part. We didn't know that because all he was hanging with back then was brothers. Rappers, Mike Tyson. Look at all the stuff he did. Don King. Look who he was hanging with back then. So that's why I think Russell Simmons wrote him a letter. Remember, he said, who are you? Remember early on, Russell Simmons says, man, this ain't the Donald Trump we know. So you was a con, so you conned the brothers. You con. I think this though. I think he's conning racists more than he conning anybody else. I think this dude that he's playing right now, he found out the way to win. Because remember, y'all gotta remember when he became president, it was the producers of Celebrity Apprentice that kind of came up with this whole groove. It was just supposed to shake out the Republican Party. He wasn't supposed to win. Remember the young lady that was in charge of his campaign, the one he said, well, I don't hardly know her. She was the one that cried and said, oh God, I wish I'd never done this. He wasn't supposed to win. He's supposed to go out there. Because remember, even Celebrity Apprentice was a joke. You got a man saying you're fired that had four or five bankruptcies. That was a joke in itself. It was a TV, one of the biggest inside jokes of TV. So my agent said, man, do they do I said, dude, I don't want to do a Celebrity Apprentice. Who's he to fire me? So Sinbad, I said, okay, I'm gonna do the show and I'm gonna be me. I'm not going to fight with nobody. I'm not going to get caught up. See, actors and actresses got caught trying to impress him. They got caught fighting each other. I said, man, please, I ain't getting caught fighting nobody. So I would just say stupid stuff on the show. When they fired me, they didn't even show what I was saying to them. You just see me sitting
episode 2, wasn't it like episode 2?
Yeah, It was episode 2 or 3. You see me sitting like this. Because the stuff I was saying, they wouldn't use. And then, you gotta remember this. The key was to never volunteer. I was gonna lay low for 3 or 4 weeks. It was Rob Blagojevich that volunteered me. Rob Blagojevich got the challenge. He goes, I think Sinbad should do this challenge. I said, now here's the moment. I can throw the challenge out and I'll look weak. I can take the challenge because you gotta be very careful how you play the show. If I said, no, I ain't gonna do the challenge, it'll look like, what, was I scared? I said, Rob Blagojevich got me. I should have just dropped a dime on him so he went to prison earlier. Because me and Daryl Strawberry would sit and talk trash. Me and Daryl Strawberry would sit and talk trash every day, man.
Well, are you surprised that this person became the MFN president of the United States, the United Shades of America? America's spelled with 3 Ks.
Yes, the 3 Ks. This is what he did. His people said, what's the talking points that will win in America? What surprised America was surprised white America, the supposedly non-racist white America. When we tell them how racist America still is, our white friends and our white co-patients, oh, Sinbad, it's got much better. Well, everything's better than being lynched. Everything's better than being a slave. So you say it's much better. The bar is set so low, being able to walk down the street and take 1 bullet is better than how it used to be. So when you say better, what are you talking about? So when he won, I said, this is what happened though. The Klan took their hood off too quick. When Trump was running, they said, oh, let me take the hood off. Not yet, Hank. Hank, I see you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, Hank, I see you. So what happens, the hoods came off too fast. So now America has a dilemma. I don't know if you saw today in the news, the black militia is in front of my man's house, the 2 guys that shot him.
Of course.
They have military toots. They got this stuff on. So, hey, now America can't say nothing because they're wearing the same stuff. They got the same guns that y'all had in Michigan, the same guns y'all had in Arizona. So now when we walk with it, the police was 3 blocks away going like, wait a minute, we can't say nothing. This is the law we fight for, to carry your weapon. So I said a year ago, a race war is coming in America unless there's a drastic change. A race war is coming in this country. The only difference is brothers ain't gonna be run. They can be like this. My door's open. Come on in the house. This is the new race war. Hey, I'm in the back. Come on in the back and get me. That's the new race war.
Well, we are definitely in a dilemma, and
Yeah.
it's all bets are off right now.
Yeah, all bets are off.
And you have to look. If you want to kill the snake, you got to cut off the head.
They cut off the head.
I don't know where we're gonna be this time next year. We have this pandemic, this quarantine that's going on now.
A lot of stuff going on.
And yet you want to take Colin Kaepernick and ruin his whole entire life for everything that he's been talking about, which is happening right before our face right now. But moving on. Let me go on. But
remember, Colin Kaepernick, it was never about that. Remember, he was sitting on the bench. No one would have paid attention. They asked him to take a knee. He was sitting on the bench. And they say, hey, man, it'd be better if you took a knee. So when he took the knee, they said, oh, he took a knee. Y'all asked him to take a knee. Y'all asked him to take a knee. So it was, man, America's funny, man. This is America. They're not mad at Colin Kaepernick. They're like this. Did you just call us out? Did you just call us out? That's what it is. Did you have the nerve to call us out? And that's what entitlement is. Entitlement is that ice cream store that opened up in Massachusetts yesterday, and the folks cussed the little girl out working at the ice cream store because she didn't get that ice cream fast enough because the store said, I need you to call ahead of time. And then you had Karen going, I want my ice cream now.
And they're fighting people who are doing their job by telling you that you need to wear a mask to come in the building. And people are I won't say which people, because some of everybody is indignant and want to go in the store without the mask, and they fighting the people trying to do their job. I think that wearing, I seen somebody the other day with a mask on under his nose, just covering his mouth. So wearing a mask with your nose not covered is like wearing your underwear with your dick hanging out, if you ask me.
Thank you. That is, it's, you know what? It makes, and then you got the people in Santee, California by San Diego, home of the Klan. Yes, San Diego, wearing Klan helmets and Nazi masks.
Yeah.
I'm like this, keep wearing them. We got something for you too.
Sure.
Keep on wearing them. Keep identifying yourself. You used to hide, damn it. That's the rules of racism.
Well,
you're not supposed to roll up.
Okay, check this out. Now, we're lucky enough to be getting old, Sinbad.
Yeah.
We're
Yep.
lucky. We're lucky. I say that because we're lucky enough to be getting old. 'Cause
Yes.
everybody ain't gonna make it to even where you and I are.
Yes.
And
Yes.
with being old comes wear and tear. Your back, your
Yes.
knees. I'm looking at maybe having a surgery myself. And I know you call
I'm
yourself
double knee
bionic.
replaced.
You call yourself
I'm double knee
bionic.
replaced. I'm double fusion in my back. You know, all them things caught up
10
with me.
hour. Is this a 10-hour back surgery we're talking about, bro?
Yeah, 11 hour back surgery. Supposed to be 1 hour, at the most 2 hours. When they opened me up, Dr. Watkins, one of the top doctors in the country, does all the athletes, everybody. So he said it was the worst back he had ever worked on. They thought my dad, who was like at that time 79, 80, came with me to the hospital. They thought the x-ray was my dad's back. So when they came to get me, they said, no, it's not his dad, it's him.
What was the problem? What was the issue?
Playing sports, falling down. I remember one fall I took on some steps once. And I said, this one here, I'm gonna pay for it later. I remember, so it was as lumpectomy, it was spondylolisthesis, it was the degeneration in the vertebrae. Every it was so much. They had to turn me over. It took them an hour to turn me. They cut through the front and back.
Good, jeez.
And they went through the front and back on me.
But so the surgery was successful for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a successful. I mean, thing is, you never come back 100%. I'm still walking and rehab. I didn't get a chance to rehab right because I went right on the road. As soon as I got out of bed 8 weeks, I went right back on the road, put a bass guitar on my back. Man, I had a 30-pound backpack. Am I stupid? That's what I'm saying. This rehab during this pandemic, I'm actually doing my first rehab 3 years later. So I'm like this. Okay, let me try to catch up on some things, but also let me know things I ain't gonna do when I go back on the road. There's some ways I won't carry that heavy backpack. I don't need all that. I can leave my bass at home. I'll bring a clarinet. I'll bring a saxophone. I'm gonna bring something I can carry in one hand. I can leave my bass guitar and my guitar at the house, and I can practice that when I get back home.
My sister had knee surgery in both knees. You've had knee surgery. You call yourself bionic. Do you go off? Do you make noises when you go through security at the airport?
Right now, I can do this. I can make it click now. If
I
I take my
wanna-
knees
I don't wanna
and I rock them, I can make my knees click now.
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't wanna
Oh man, girl, please. You want to hear the knee?
No. I can't.
See, I have to travel. I travel with this. I hope I didn't mess up everything my son set up moving this. I travel with this just in case I got to open my knee up.
Stop.
Just in case I got to open my knee up, I can open it up and put the new pads in there.
Okay, now let me ask you just a couple more. We're going to get ready to wind down here. Since you know everybody and you've done that, you've done so much. We lost Prince a couple years ago. That was a hard one.
That was the one. Everybody said, "Oh, he's too young. He's too young." That one threw me. That one threw me.
I never met Prince. I know that Prince had a big affinity for Oakland and girls from Oakland.
Yes.
One of his first singers was my girlfriend Bonnie Boyer. She sang with him.
Yes.
When he had the Revolution.
Bonnie could go.
Then he got Rosie Gaines.
Could sing.
From
Could
Oakland.
sing.
He fell in love, got Sheila E. from Oakland.
From Oakland.
He had a club in Oakland. And Prince
and Larry Graham.
And Larry Graham from Hayward, from Oakland as well. Prince and you were friends.
Yes.
Which blows my wig because I just don't even know. I wish I had met him. I wish he knew of me. I wish that he, I could see if he liked any of my.
He probably knew. No, he probably knew of me.
Before the whole Jehovah's Witness thing kicked in.
Yeah. No, he would know you then too. He was aware of a lot.
Yeah.
That brother was aware of
he
a
was
lot.
aware of a lot, but he wasn't aware of what was really in that pill bottle.
Well, you know what though? He was aware of that too.
Do you think somebody set him up? No, but do you think somebody switched the pills? Remember they were talking about the pills? Yeah. You think he knowingly was taking pain meds, or do you think somebody switched the pain meds and he overdosed himself accidentally? Like, what's your opinion? Because then I'm gonna ask you about some happy times with Prince.
Because of that kind of thing, that kind of conspiracy will never satisfy my soul, because it will never know unless a person walks forward and says, yes, I did that. And I would just be angry unless I had a place, somebody to hunt down and see where that goes. I just wish he'd never been on any painkillers. You know, painkillers, you know, even a person who doesn't do drugs, you know, that's what happened with Michael. Oh, I'm not on drugs. And since, you know, a painkiller is a drug, but we look, okay, a doctor gives to me, I get a prescription.
Right.
I wish doctors who give prescriptions out would treat entertainers like you treat other people. So when I ask you for an extra 3, he goes like this, nah. Like when I had my back surgery, and I can't stand taking medication. Now I wasn't gonna take medication. I was gonna do this on my own, on my back. Man, I was home and that medication started wearing off. I said, go to Rite Aid.
Yeah.
Go to Rite Aid. To the bottom.
Well, you know, I was there in Castro Valley with the white folks and the hippies and shit, and I'm from a pill era. Birth control pills was the first pills we started taking, and pill era. So I can eat a pill like a Skittle. It don't bother me. But I've never, they just don't work for me. Like I had Oxy one time. I damn near threw up just to take it for pain. Or any of that hydrocodone, I can't take any of that.
I can't take the hydrocodone family.
I can't take any of that.
I can't take, what's the other one? There's one everybody takes. What's the one everybody takes? I can't take it.
What, that's that Oxy?
There's Oxy and there's another one. There's Percocet, Oxy, God,
I don't know.
I know I couldn't take it. It made me sick. I almost threw up.
Yes.
So I can't take it. The Percocet sends you out. I was doing CBD, let me get the CBD cream, all this. But then I realized I was on that Percocet for about 4 or 5 weeks. And I said, I can't be addicted. I got to come off. So each day I was trying to do some natural stuff. Here's the funny part. My doc, he gave me enough Percocet. He said, this is what you're going to need to get through. I had 3 left. So I'm in the bed. I called him up. Hey man, I think I need to get just one more prescription. He said, good. He said, come in. I said, come in. He said, yeah, come in. I said, no, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Let me get in the car, go all the way to Marina Del Rey. Forget it. I'm good. And I'm trying to get an attitude with him. He goes, fine, it's good to hear that. And he hung up the phone. I said,
yeah, they started in January where they won't just give you a prescription over the phone. You got to go in. But listen, you had the honor. I'm reading. You were one of the ones who played basketball with Prince.
Yeah.
Like Prince really could ball like that. Like, you know, you
have you seen those pictures of him?
Well, I have seen pictures and of course you hear Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood story about Prince, you know, could play in high heels and beat your ass. So he's really short guy. Well, did he really ball like that though?
Morris Day told a story when him and Prince first got together. He said, I didn't know Prince could do music. I knew him as a basketball player.
Was Prince really that good at basketball? He was good, man. He was a good basketball player. Yeah, you know, little, agile, really quick, had decent jump shot, yeah.
Okay. Now, if you go online, look up Prince's junior high basketball team. They're all light-skinned brothers with big afros. It's a Minnesota team.
They look like the Silvers.
Look like the Silvers, like the Foster Silvers and DeBarge, all on one team playing basketball. They all got these giant afros, these half brothers. I said, this is the craziest thing ever, man. But Minnesota got some straight up thugs too.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't figure out where all this funk came from. Then there's a documentary on Minnesota music. Oh, it goes back. I think it's all the Chicago brothers who had to get out of Chicago and they had to sneak out, and Minnesota was close enough to drive to.
You speaking of Chicago, let's talk about your relationship with R. Kelly.
Oh man, I met R when he was playing a Casio out on the street before he was R. Kelly.
Like a street performer?
Street performer. They used to arrest him. They used to mess with that kid. They used to arrest him, man, say you impersonate somebody. It was just bull crap. But even then, he would have his little cash out and be playing music, man. Doing Stevie Wonder and all kind of stuff, man. That's another one. It's a shame that man, I think all artists got that that
X on
I
their
think when
forehead.
God gives you a great, I'd rather be this. You don't want to be this talented because you get kind of crazy. Keep me here.
Mm-hmm.
See, this guy, you're legendary, but you usually die or you're crazy. Here, they still remember you when you're alive and you're 70 and you're telling your stories about the crazy guy.
Look at
So keep
fucking
me here.
look at fucking Mick Jagger and how the hell is Mick Jagger with everything him and Keith Richards have done in their life and they still can go on tour?
Keith Richards is dead. He don't know it.
Well, nobody else knows it either.
he just won't drop.
He just won't drop. He just won't drop.
drop.
Well, did you know Kelly in his later years?
Yeah, I know him too. Matter of fact, he came to one of my shows. He came to my show in Chicago. A couple times I used to see him at the Cotton Club in Chicago. I see him on tour and stuff.
Did you ever see him with, well, you've seen his show and, he had a very sexually charged show.
When I saw the show with the bed and stuff, but this is the thing that's funny. Everybody's now talking about how sexualized it was. Women love that show. So when I say Me Too, don't get me wrong. Women love that. The nastier a brother, I hate to say it because I'm a man, and I'm a man that wasn't cool as a kid, so I'm gonna break it down this way. The nastier a man acts, women go like this, especially when they're young. He nasty, but he's exciting. That dude is exciting. So I guess all you ask is that the dude not be a creep. See, the key to this game is to be sexy nasty, but don't be a creep. Because see, Prince was sexy nasty. Just don't be a creep. Be sexy nasty. Just don't be a creep. And women will still love you. Just don't be creepy. Be sexy nasty.
Yeah.
Be sexy nasty.
Well, he was definitely sexy nasty and a creep. So there you go. Now here go another. I don't know if I want to be your friend or end up in a fucking penitentiary. Everybody Cosby and fucking everybody, everybody it's in the goddamn penitentiary.
But think about it. We all did. But think about it. From that era, 80s, 90s, think about all the people we knew and you're like this. What? There was stuff. No, when the Leah thing went down, that's when I was like this. Yo, bro. That's when I was like, Now I'm not going to mention his name. One of my people worked for him. And I said, bro, I got to kind of cut ties because bro, you can't tell me you don't know what's going up.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you don't know. You can't, man. Because I'm telling you something, that was my daughter. Because he asked me one time, he said, man, R might help you with your daughter. I said, I will kill you first, and then I'll go get him. And I'm being honest, bro. I'll shoot you first, and then I'm not going to be the brother outside, the father throwing rocks at the window. I'm going to tell my daughter,
exactly.
Get down. I'm going to tell my daughter, I need you to get down.
Yeah, that's what Master
You can
P
hate me.
said.
You can hate me. You can hate me when I get done.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep this house when I get done. But I need you to get down on the ground, try to get through doing what I can do. Because I need to see if this Negro can really fly.
Oh. I heard that. Well, this has really been a very it's been a very disheartening case, says plural.
Yeah.
And a lot of the way you feel is the way I feel. I wouldn't give a shit if it was Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, or Stevie Wonder.
No.
My kid cannot come stay with you. They cannot come spend the night with you or none of that. So then there's the whole argument of, did the parents hand the kids up on a platter because they wanted to be in the business? I
think some
don't
did.
know.
I think some did. We have to say we can't excuse. Let's face it. If someone you didn't know said, "Can I take your kid backstage?" Say I'm not an entertainer. And I say, "Hey man, you don't know me. Hey, can I take your kid backstage with me and keep him for a couple hours?" Yeah, you seem to be cool. You wouldn't let that happen, would you?
No.
Just because you know somebody. I used to tell people, hey man, they'll have their kids. Hey man, you go with Sinbad. I said, why would you send your kid with me?
But they do. They will.
I said you don't know me. I said, don't ever do that. And plus, I don't want that because if this kid says something, I need people around. I don't need, because I was always working. I said, I don't need, a woman taught me a long time ago, Sinbad, these young girls, don't you ever be caught nowhere by yourself with them. Don't you ever make that mistake.
Good advice.
Listen, you'll think it's innocent, and next thing you know, you'll be sitting on the news going like this.
What happened?
I can't say anything till my lawyer gets here.
Yeah, what happened? Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wind it up. I just want to say in 2004, you were named 78 greatest stand-up comic of all time. Comedy Central presented 100 great stand-ups of all time. In 2006, Maxim magazine ranked you one of the worst
Number one,
comics,
worst.
worst
Number
comics of all-
one, worst. Number one, worst. And know what I said to the guy from Maxim when I saw him?
What?
I said, you a fake Playboy penthouse. I wouldn't want to be anything less than number one worst. Because if you're considered good, I want to be the worst one on your list. Because you're about the fakest magazine that ever lived. So I said, cool. But the fact that I made you look, the fact that I bothered you so much, you put me, I said, I must have bothered you in some kind of way that you put me, don't bury me at 50. Don't bury me at 30. Put me at the top. That means I piss you off. And I love it. Now, Comedy Central, that top 100, everybody said, man, how'd that feel? I said, after I got to number 8, I quit looking. I said, if I ain't in the top 8, and everybody ahead of me got to be from a generation that I'm on the shoulders of. Cosby, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, all those guys. Those guys are the top. I'm right behind. Don't put me behind them other fools.
Right.
So I'm not impressed.
Well, in an attempt to provide laughter and relief, here we are during this coronavirus pandemic. You talk about the Cheetah Tribe in the Black Panther. The lightest celebrities been included in Black Panther. Like, where were they? Right
The Dark White Chronicles. The Dark White Chronicles.
Would you have wanted to be in Black Panther? Where would you fit in? They didn't have mixed people back then.
I'm like this. You can't tell me there wasn't no giraffe cheetah tribe. They got every other kind of tribe there in the jungle. They got all these tribes in the jungle. You ain't gonna have me? Huh?
They wasn't.
Huh? You ain't gonna have me?
They wasn't allowed. Listen, there wasn't integration during Black Panther.
You know what, man? I'm like this. Think about it. I can't be in any slave movie where I can be a hero. I'm always gonna be the house Negro telling on people. I can't ever be in no cool Black history movie where that's why I gotta create my own fake history of a light-skinned slave that led his people to the promised land.
You couldn't be in Django.
I can't be in Django. I can't be in none of that. Nothing.
Well, Sinbad, in wrapping this up, and I appreciate all your time. I know I've taken up, half your afternoon into the evening. Is there anything that you would like people to know about you, your career, your history, where you are at right now that I haven't asked you right now? A mission statement. Is there anything? What can we expect from Sinbad in the future? What's your mantra right now?
Well, there was a thing before the pandemic hit. Remember, we all had this, hey man, I got more inside of me. Then this pandemic hit and I realized, okay, we have to adjust now because for us who perform with a live audience, it's gonna be a minute. I don't care how many people try, it's gonna be a minute. And the Zoom thing is cool. Everybody's trying to figure out, here's my Instagram, here's my Zoom and all that. You know what? We have to touch people. Comedy has to touch people. Music has to touch people. We have to be in a room where that energy goes back and forth. I'll make do with this. I can make this work. That's cool. But I can't wait to get back around people. But as far as career-wise, I don't think I've done 1/10 of what I can do. I'm 64 years old this year, and I think you're about to see me for the first time. It's like that. I always say it's like that iceberg where what you saw was happening, but it's underneath what killed the Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I am. The best part of me has yet to be seen. So my job is to stay healthy, stay alive. I got a grandson now. My son is a director. My daughter's writing. I said, I'm taking us. And if y'all got a problem because they're my kids, because Sinbad's kids ain't supposed to be performers, well, I'm going to put that in your face too. And I'm going to take them right with me because I cared too much before. Lou, I did. I was always friends with people. I don't give a damn.
Well, see, I've been that way my whole life. Let me ask you this, because this is VladTV's first virtual interview, right? We would have normally been in the same room at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's show that's on TV that ever had a live audience sucks now, and I don't care who it is, because we need live
Yes.
audience. We need them. They think they need us, but we need them. What
We
are
need that
your thoughts
energy.
about that?
We need them. I'm watching like the talk shows are trying to do it, and I think cats are trying to keep people working. I get it. Keep that check coming in, keep people working. But some of the shows weren't that funny when they had an audience. So, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. Some of them were just hanging on with the audience. So I look, for me, yes, I'll make the best of this. I'll make the best of it because we're old school. We're used to doing whatever it takes. But my thing is this: for me to get the best of me, I got to be around people because I need people. I do. And I think when people need comedy, they need me in that room breathing with them too.
What do you think the comedy scene's gonna be like, in the next like 90 days? Because they're saying that, the one thing that's happening right now is that all comics are on the same playing field now. Nobody's doing a stadium. Nobody's doing a theater. Everybody is going back to the club if you want to work at all. Some may be getting more money than others, but don't you think that it's kind of fun to take these people who have gotten so big and gone to such mega heights and make them get back in the club where the real people are?
Let's see if you can do it. My thing is, let's see if you, because remember, when this is all done, the audience is going to pick too. Where they going to spend their money? Times are tight. Who are you going to spend your money with? But I think where the theater can work, what's going to be cool about the theaters, I can take a 3,000 seat theater, but only need 1,000 people there. So you need a bigger place to go small. The hardest part about a comedy club is, say it's only a 300 seat comedy club, you're only going to be able to get about 100 people in there, maybe 75 people in there. But then how you make money? They make money on alcohol. They make money on food. So now you got to think about, how does this business still work? I've got some ideas of things that I can do to make that work, but I think it's going to be the actual bigger places that you can make smaller. Even a comedy club might have to rent a theater and say, look, we're going to take this theater. We're going to do 3 comedy clubs tonight, but we're going to have maybe like, instead of 1,000 people in this room, we'll still have the same amount we had in the comedy club, 400,
just
500
every couple of seats instead of all him upon each other. I got to tell you, it's been a wonderful thing for me because I have severe allergies and I can't be having people hugging and kissing on me with their ratchet perfumes and makeup. No way. I've been trying to get people to peel off of me for years. So now, I've been able to travel around and not be known to put a hat on with my mask on and all this kind of stuff. And now I don't think that people are going to be able to actually touch celebrities anymore.
Oh no, not for a while, not for a while. But but I think they're getting closer and closer to even things that are remedies. They're looking at some drugs. I think, unless it mutates, and I think the mutation, and this is just me thinking, I think God's giving us something and saying, what y'all gonna do? Do y'all get uglier? Because we got ugly at first. When they first opened these doors up, people didn't come out this pandemic. Hey man, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna hold my space. Hey, it's good. They come out this. You take your mask off. I'm at the beach. I'm like this. Oh, the first wave came out ugly. But no, it's cool. I'm glad the first wave came out. Let them kill each other. Yeah, I said it. Let the first wave go out there. It's like when Moses came off the mountain. Okay, somebody step on that line. I need some of y'all to step on the other side of this line. Bye.
Well, Sinbad, listen, congratulations on the new grandbaby. I love you, deep in my heart. I want to thank you for this interview. And, we will see each other at the crossroads, brother. We're going to be back out again.
Yes, we will.
We had projects we was working on before this went down.
We're going to be here. We're going to be here. And I want to tell y'all, people that can't see this because y'all can't see Lou as she's doing the interview. She's walked into 5 different rooms. While I'm sitting here stuck in this chair. She's going from room to room in the house, just chilling out, changing seats. She changing seats like, let me sit over here.
No,
that should be the new interview. Walking around with Lou, she just going all over the place.
There's shit going on at my house, and I had to be like, stay in there. Don't come in here. I'm almost...
She doing this.
Hey, man, thank you so much, Sinbad. I love you long time.
All right.
God bless.
Right. And VladTV, thank y'all.
Yes.